Hello, dear friends, welcome to our YouTube channel, USA Football Zone, latest football highlights. For over 20 years, this very scene has haunted Brazil, the glare of camera flashes, a hero fallen to the turf, and the silent melancholy of a superstar clad in yellow and blue. They are five-time world champions, a footballing superpower yet. They remain trapped in a grueling cycle of quarter-final exits and heartbreaking defeats. Their national obsession, the quest for a sixth star, dubbed Mission HEXA, has transformed from a path of confident progress into a desperate plea. It is a quest that has consumed some of the most talented squads in modern history, only to ruthlessly cast them aside. The grand plan to finally end this drought was supposed to be a watershed moment. It was to be spearheaded by a European legend, the master tactician Carlo Ancelotti, a man tasked with instilling a firm, disciplined, and winning structure within Brazil's signature samba style of football. But the story took a stunning twist that shook the entire footballing world, and the plan unraveled completely. The Italian coach decided to remain in Madrid, derailing Brazil's campaign before it had even begun. And amidst this chaos, a new leadership has emerged, a leadership forged not in the glitz and glamour of the Champions League, but in the grit and struggle of Brazilian domestic football. Now, the future of the Brazilian national team rests on the shoulders of a new name, Dorival Jr. So, what secret strategy does he possess that will finally bring the World Cup trophy back to Brazil? And how will he blend that disciplined European structure with Brazil's innate, magical flair to achieve ultimate glory? Before we can fully grasp Dorival's strategy, you must first understand the sheer magnitude of the crisis he faces. The era following their 2002 triumph has been an agonizing period for Brazil. Generation after generation of talented players, first led by Kaká, Ronaldinho, and Adriano, and later by Neymar, have failed to achieve their ultimate goal. The scars of these failures run deep, but the humiliating 7-1 defeat at the hands of Germany on home soil in 2014 was the deepest and most debilitating of all. It was not merely a defeat, it was a profound psychological trauma for the entire nation. In response, the decision taken by the Brazilian Football Confederation (CBF) was a highly audacious one. Following the departure of coach Tite after the 2022 World Cup, they spent nearly a year publicly and almost desperately attempting to recruit Carlo Ancelotti. It was a clear admission. The old methods were no longer working. Relying solely on individual brilliance, the fabled Jogo Bonito was now perceived as a vulnerability when pitted against highly organized European powerhouses like France. Ancelotti was viewed as the solution, a pragmatist who would lay a solid foundation, allowing Brazil's stars to finally shine without the team crumbling around them. But the deal fell through, as the team's performance under interim coach Fernando Diniz spiraled into disaster, including 3 consecutive defeats in World Cup qualifiers and a historic first-ever home loss to Argentina. The nation hit a new low. The dream of a European savior lay shattered, sitting 6th in the South American qualifiers and appearing more vulnerable than ever before. Brazil had no choice but to look inward, and then came Dorival Jr. When he was appointed in January 2024, his name may not have resonated globally quite like Ancelotti's. But within Brazil, he was recognized as a proven winner, a figure particularly renowned for his composure and quiet authority. He is a man who has managed over a dozen of Brazil's major clubs, a seasoned professional with an intimate understanding of the local landscape, and most importantly, his greatest successes have come recently. In 2022, he led a star-studded Flamengo squad to victory in the Copa Libertadores, a tournament akin to the Champions League in South America. The very next year, he took charge of a struggling São Paulo side and delivered their first-ever Copa do Brasil title, a truly historic achievement. He is not a manager who seeks the limelight. His players describe him as calm, adaptable, and deeply committed to building a balanced team. He did not arrive to completely revolutionize Brazilian football, he came to fix it. Upon his appointment, while acknowledging the team's precarious situation, he described the job as a dream come true and a challenge that was not impossible to resolve quickly. He is the pragmatist Brazil needed, though perhaps not the one they expected. His goal is not to grab headlines, but rather to forge an identity that is truly effective. So, what exactly is Dorival's plan? It is not a radical overhaul, but rather a strategic return to fundamentals, specifically defensive stability and midfield control. The bedrock of this approach is reliability, 2 qualities Brazil has been sorely lacking for a long time. His preferred formation is a flexible 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, commonplace in modern football, yet the real magic lies in how he utilizes it. Moving away from the often chaotic tactics of the past, the most significant change is the emphasis on a double pivot, specifically, two designated holding midfielders. In his initial matches, we observed him fielding powerful Premier League players like Bruno Guimaraes and João Gomes alongside one another. Their task is simple, yet critically important: to shield the defense, thwart opposition attacks, and establish a secure platform for the attacking players to showcase their talents. This formation is designed to guard against the kind of devastating counterattacks that have proven to be Brazil's greatest vulnerability in previous World Cups. With this defensive shield firmly in place, the four forwards are granted the freedom to play as they please. It is here, in this blend of discipline and artistry, that Dorival's tactical blueprint truly comes to life. In his system, the front four players do not remain static. Instead, they constantly interchange positions and maintain fluid movement. Rodrigo, who typically begins on the left flank, is encouraged to drift infield and exploit the pockets of space in the center, much like a traditional number 10. The objective of this movement is to displace opposition defenders and carve out attacking lanes for the team's most dangerous asset, Vinicius Jr. Under Dorival's stewardship, Vinicius's mandate is clear: to attack from the left flank, isolate the opposing fullback, and emerge as the team's pivotal asset. The entire system is engineered to ensure that Vinicius receives the ball in situations where he is engaged in a one-on-one duel with an opponent. While previous coaches often burdened Vinicius with defensive responsibilities, Dorival's approach prioritizes simplicity. He recognizes that if granted complete creative license, Vinicius has the potential to cement his status as one of the most formidable players in world football. On the right flank, the role of a player like Rafinha is to maintain the width of the pitch, while the central attacking midfielder, often Lucas Paqueta, roams across the field to link up play. However, perhaps the most exciting aspect of this new era is the plan revolving around the number 9 position. The future belongs to Endrick. We caught a glimpse of this during the friendly match against England at Wembley. In that game, the then 17-year-old Endrick came off the bench to score the winning goal, capping off an attack initiated by a brilliant run from Vinicius. Dorival has made it clear that he views Endrick as a pivotal figure for the future, a player possessing extraordinary potential, whether starting in the first 11 or serving as a super sub. His mandate is to utilize his blistering pace to tear apart opposing defenses and finish with clinical precision, a quality that has been conspicuously absent from the Brazilian squad since the days of Ronaldo Nazario. In essence, this attacking strategy represents a form of organized chaos. The team's double pivot maintains structural discipline, while the front four, who are free to constantly interchange positions and occupy one another's spaces, sow chaos across the pitch. This system is engineered to be unpredictable, to generate greater potency, and above all to unlock the full potential of its world-class players without compromising the team's defensive solidity. The early signs are highly encouraging. Dorival's tenure commenced in March 2024 with two exceptionally tough friendly fixtures, against England at Wembley and against Spain in Madrid. Given the transitional phase the squad had been navigating over the past few years, a struggling Brazilian side might have been the expected outcome. Instead, quite the opposite occurred. The team appeared thoroughly revitalized. They secured a superb 1-0 victory over England, a match in which, for the first time in a long while, the players demonstrated a distinct sense of tactical discipline. Subsequently, they played out a thrilling 3-3 draw against Spain, proving that their attacking edge remains undiminished. The team now appears more balanced and formidable. They are no longer a side that relies solely on Neymar's moments of magic. Indeed, Dorival is building a team capable of winning even without their former talisman, a massive and critically important step. He has stated that Brazil requires not just one, but multiple protagonists, fostering an environment where every player fulfills their specific responsibilities. This has encouraged players like Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo to step up and assume leadership roles. However, they still face several significant challenges. The team's performance at the 2024 Copa America was disappointing, culminating in their elimination in the quarter-finals following a penalty shootout defeat to Uruguay. This served as a stark reminder that the path to progress is rarely linear. Furthermore, the team's standing in the World Cup qualifiers remains precarious. This is a lingering consequence of Dini's tenure, an issue that Dorival must now resolve. The pressure is immense, not merely to qualify, but to win. The biggest question remains, can this newfound tactical discipline withstand the suffocating pressure of World Cup knockout matches? Can this system, built upon a robust defensive foundation, truly hold off the attacking prowess of a formidable side like France? And can Dorival, a coach with extensive experience in Brazil, albeit almost exclusively within the domestic circuit, successfully navigate the unique demands of the global stage? Possesses the experience, but can he handle the demands and eccentricities of a squad packed with European stars on the world's biggest stage? Brazil's mission HEXA, the quest to win the World Cup for a sixth time, has now begun anew. That grandiose revolution under a foreign coach never materialized. Instead, Brazil has placed its trust in one of their own, a calm and pragmatic leader capable of guiding them through these challenging times. Dorival Jr.'s master plan is not merely for show, it is grounded in concrete results and reality. It is a strategy that relies on a robust defense, midfield balance, and a well-structured platform for world-class talents such as Vinicius Jr. and Endrick to showcase their extraordinary abilities. For the first time in a long while, Brazil appears not merely as a collection of elite players, but as a cohesive unit. They are learning to win without Neymar, forging a new identity, and gradually restoring the confidence that had eroded over 2 decades of disappointment. The road to 2026 is, and the specter of past failures always lingers, yet, armed with a clear plan and a renewed sense of purpose, the dream of HEXA winning the World Cup for the 6th time now feels closer to reality than ever before. Do you think Brazil can bring home the World Cup trophy this time around? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this tactical analysis, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more insights into the beautiful game.